We live in a world awash in information. Every day we are bombarded with news, social media updates, emails and notifications. This constant flow of data can be overwhelming, leaving us feeling stressed, anxious and emotionally drained. Our brains struggle to process the sheer volume of information, making it difficult to filter the important from the trivial. This information overload is not just an inconvenience, it has real consequences for our emotional well-being. When we feel overwhelmed by information, it can be challenging to focus, make decisions, or even relax. The constant barrage of negativity, whether it be news stories or social media rants, can lead to a sense of hopelessness and despair. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. The sheer volume is too much to handle, and we end up feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. This constant state of information overload can take a toll on our mental and emotional health, making it difficult to find peace and balance in our lives. One of the primary ways information overload impacts our emotional well-being is by fueling uncertainty. When we are constantly bombarded with conflicting information, it can be challenging to discern what is true and what is not. This uncertainty can lead to anxiety as our brains struggle to make sense of the world around us. Our brains are wired to crave certainty. When we lack information, our minds often fill in the blanks with worst-case scenarios. This negativity bias is an evolutionary adaptation that helped our ancestors survive in dangerous environments. However, in the modern world, this tendency can backfire, leading to chronic anxiety and stress. Imagine scrolling through your social media feed and seeing a post about a potential new virus outbreak. The post is vague and lacks context, but it's enough to trigger your anxiety. Your mind starts racing, imagining the worst possible outcomes. You might start feeling anxious, even though there is no immediate threat to your safety. This is just one example of how uncertainty can fuel anxiety in the information age. Whether it's worrying about the latest news headlines, the potential impact of climate change, or the stability of the global economy. Uncertainty can keep us in a constant state of fear and apprehension. Emotional safety is the feeling of being safe and secure in our environment and relationships. It is a fundamental aspect of our mental health, providing a foundation upon which we can build our lives. It is essential for our well-being, allowing us to feel at ease and confident in our daily interactions. This sense of security enables us to thrive and reach our full potential, fostering creativity, productivity, and overall happiness. However, the constant barrage of information in the digital age can threaten our sense of emotional safety. The relentless flow of news, updates, and notifications can be overwhelming, leaving us feeling vulnerable and exposed. This digital overload can create a sense of chaos and instability in our lives. One of the biggest threats to our emotional safety in the digital age is the prevalence of negativity. Negative news and content are pervasive, as news outlets often focus on negative stories because they generate more clicks and views. This focus on negativity can skew our perception of the world, making it seem more dangerous and hostile than it actually is. Social media can be a breeding ground for negativity, as people feel emboldened to share their anger, frustration, and outrage online. This can create a toxic environment where negative emotions are amplified and spread rapidly. This constant exposure to negativity can be toxic to our emotional well-being. It can lead to increased anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems, as our bodies and minds struggle to cope with the relentless stress. The impact of this negativity can be profound, leading to feelings of helplessness and despair. When we are constantly bombarded with negativity, it can be challenging to maintain a positive outlook on life. To protect our emotional safety, it's important to be mindful of the information we consume. We need to take proactive steps to curate our digital environments, being selective about the news sources we follow, and ensuring they provide balanced and accurate information. We should also be discerning about the social media accounts we engage with, choosing those that promote positivity and constructive dialogue. Additionally, we must be cautious about the websites we visit, avoiding those that thrive on sensationalism and fear-mongering. It's also essential to create boundaries between our online and offline lives. Setting aside time each day to disconnect from technology and engage in activities that bring us joy and relaxation is crucial. By doing so, we can recharge our emotional batteries and maintain a healthy balance. This practice not only enhances our emotional well-being, but also allows us to reconnect with ourselves and the world around us in a more meaningful way. Section 4. Navigating the data deluge. Information literacy is the ability to find, evaluate, and use information effectively. In the digital age, information literacy is more important than ever before. With so much information available at our fingertips, it can be overwhelming to sift through the vast amounts of data and determine what is accurate and useful. It's essential to be able to critically evaluate sources, identify bias, and determine the credibility of information. Information literacy empowers us to make informed decisions about the information we consume and share. It helps us to avoid being misled by misinformation, propaganda, and other forms of harmful content. By developing our information literacy skills, we can protect ourselves from falling into the traps of false narratives and misleading information. We can become more discerning consumers of information, allowing us to navigate the digital world with confidence and clarity. This discernment is crucial in an era where information is constantly being updated and where new sources emerge every day. Being able to distinguish between reliable and unreliable information is a skill that can save us from making poor decisions based on faulty data. One of the key aspects of information literacy is developing critical thinking skills. This involves questioning the information we encounter, considering different perspectives, and looking for evidence to support or refute claims. By thinking critically about the information we consume, we can better understand the complexities of the issues at hand and make more informed choices. We can avoid falling prey to biases, assumptions, and emotional reasoning. Another important aspect of information literacy is understanding how information is created and disseminated. This includes being aware of the different types of information sources, the motivations of content creators, and the potential biases that may influence the information presented. By understanding the context in which information is created, we can better evaluate its credibility and relevance. Additionally, information literacy involves recognizing the role of technology in shaping the information we receive. Algorithms and artificial intelligence play a significant role in curating the content we see online. Being aware of these technological influences can help us understand why certain information is presented to us and how it might be tailored to our preferences or biases. By being mindful of these factors, we can take a more proactive approach in seeking out diverse and credible sources of information. In conclusion, navigating the data deluge requires a combination of critical thinking, awareness of information creation and dissemination processes, and an understanding of technological influences. By honing our information literacy skills, we can become more informed, responsible, and empowered individuals in the digital age. This not only benefits us personally, but also contributes to a more informed and discerning society as a whole. Section 5. Taking back the reins. In a world saturated with information, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and powerless. The constant barrage of news, social media updates, and notifications can make us feel like we're drowning in a sea of data. However, it's crucial to remember that we have agency in how we respond to the information we encounter. We are not merely passive recipients, we have the power to take control. One way to regain a sense of control is to focus on the aspects of our lives that we can directly influence. Instead of getting bogged down by global news headlines or the latest social media drama, shift your attention to your immediate surroundings. Start by decluttering your physical space, which can have a profound impact on your mental clarity. Set realistic goals that are within your control, such as improving your physical health, nurturing your relationships, or pursuing a creative passion. Writing these goals down can make them feel more tangible and achievable. Break them into smaller, manageable steps to avoid feeling overwhelmed. By taking action in areas where we have influence, we can cultivate a sense of purpose and accomplishment, even amidst external chaos. Engaging in regular physical activity, preparing nutritious meals, and spending quality time with loved ones can significantly enhance our well-being. This doesn't mean ignoring the world's problems. It's important to stay informed about what's happening around us. It's about finding a balance between staying informed and becoming overwhelmed. Choose a few reliable news sources and limit your exposure to social media. Set specific times for checking the news and stick to them, so you don't get sucked into a never-ending cycle of updates. Instead of endlessly scrolling, engage in meaningful conversations with friends and family about topics that matter to you. These discussions can provide new perspectives and help you process information in a more balanced way. Remember, you are not a passive recipient of information. You have the power to curate your media consumption. You have the power to choose what you consume, how you interpret it, and how you respond to it. Take the time to reflect on the information you receive and discuss it with others to gain a deeper understanding. By focusing on what you can control, you can create a sense of stability and agency in an uncertain world. Embrace the changes around you and adapt proactively. Taking back the reins means actively participating in your life and making conscious choices that align with your values and goals.